to the clinic. Hope you guys are having a great week, ladies and gentlemen. I want to tell you tonight is going to be about how to play the ghost correctly. And I want to talk a little bit about that. But thanks to our sponsors for Diamond Pool Tables, best table around, Tony for our lighting, Dr. Harrison for my amazing glasses, and all the rest of you fans and friends. I'm really grateful for you. So I want to teach you tonight a little bit about how to play practicing. Now, I've taught you all before, and it's very important that you get this. So pay attention, and especially for more you better players, with your more beginner level players, you're going to want to be sure you can teach them this. So if you were to think of training, practice, if you want to call it practice, training, whatever it may be, I want you to think again, I've told you this before, get a bucket. Get a nice big 5-gallon bucket. Everything we do in training is something intended to fill up that bucket. When it's time to play league night, you get to go to Vegas, you signed up for a weekend tournament, whatever it may be, or maybe you just got yourself into some little action. That's when it's time to empty out that bucket. Don't expect that bucket to empty out anything you haven't put in it. And if you haven't put anything new in it, then don't expect anything to be coming out of it better than all you've ever been, which is why year after year after year, you know a lot of people who just never seem to be getting better at all. Why not? They're not filling up a bucket. They just keep emptying out the same thing they ever had in the bucket in the first place. And it's pretty much empty. There's nothing new to work with. So you're done. If you can get that concept in your head and then realize, well, how do you practice and make it fun? Because I hate practice. Well, stop calling it practice and start calling it training. Start calling it filling up your bucket. There you go. Fill up the bucket. Build up your skills. Pro skill drills is all about building your skill levels to whatever degree you want to build them to and do well at it. So if you're not filling up that bucket because you're too busy banging balls and playing in tournaments and playing in league, and you're never going to get any better, and stop thinking that if you take a lesson, oh, that'll help you get better. No, it won't. It'll just probably make you aware of what you aren't doing very well and maybe remind you of a few things you didn't remember. But for the most part, you're so busy just wanting to play pool, you're never training. You're never developing your mental skills. You're never developing your mechanical skills. And the mental skills and the mechanical skills, that's the whole part, that's the 50-50 of this whole thing. You have one purpose when you're going to put this stick in your hand, and that is learn how to control the cue ball. Master the cue ball. That's your only purpose, or don't put one of these in your hand. If you want to play pool, you need to know your purpose. Master the cue ball. Now, you want to become a great pool player? There are two fundamental parts that you have to learn to build up and train. Your mechanical game and your mental game. And there's a balance where they need to be equal. Too many people can make shots. They've been playing pool for years. They've got some experience. They may be some of the better players, but they're so out of balance. This is their mechanical skills and this is their mental skills. There's no balance there. There are too many things that you don't know that would influence the way you think when you're trotting around the table. So this is a big deal. Get that bucket right. Start filling it up. And if you haven't done anything to fill it up this week, stop complaining when you had a bad night. Because it's always going to be feast and famine. It's always going to be some days chickens and some days feathers. That's the way it goes when you don't really train. You're only going to just be whatever you've been every time you put one of these clubs in your hand. Oh, call it anything you want because you're not using it correctly, so it might as well be a pogo stick. All we need is a horse. All right, tonight I'm going to have a little fun with you. Since some of you don't want to train hard, I'm going to teach you a couple of games to use for practice. And I'm going to start with this first game since I have the rack out here already. I'm going to teach you how to play combat 8-ball. This is the drill instructor's version of 8-ball. I'm just going to talk you through it. I'm not going to take a whole lot of time. You use 2 cue balls. Yep, you do use 2 cue balls. You've got a spotted ball. You got to be able to figure out which is which, so you might as well use one and the other. Okay, the way the game is played is very simple. You alternate each ball when you shoot. They start here, and whoever you lag for the break, and whoever wins the break, they can choose what side they want their ball on, and then boom, and you go from there. So if I'm gonna break from this side, we'll say okay, and we'll open the rack, and there we have it. Now I just finished shooting with that. Now I got to shoot with this ball. I made a ball in the break, but you could decide whether you want to make it take it or got to make it to get it, or none of that's as important. But if you're playing on your own, what I want you to learn how to do to really get your brain a little bit fried up, I want you to use alternate cue balls. You shot with that one first, now you shoot with this one first. You want to keep stripes? You want to keep stripes? Fine. So we give you an example. Let's say I did keep the stripes. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to shoot this with this ball. Break that up a little bit there. Get that one in position. But, oh no, I'm not shooting. No, I got to shoot now with this ball. Haha, surprise. So maybe that ball's in shape for the 15, but right now I need to do something else in order to be able to get to that. So, I don't know. The 10 doesn't look like a great combo. The 9 doesn't look like a great combo. What do? Here's where the big fun comes in. You play defense, right? Good. You play defense, and you have to play with this ball. So from there, this is how you're going to help score. But let's just go ahead and do this for a minute. We're going to take that out of there, put it in there, play safe. And so I left this really tough, messed up combination, an extremely difficult shot down there. But I didn't leave it locked up. Now, let's go to the next game. And keep that in mind because we're going to show you a little bit about that. So some of you don't play 8-ball, some of you do, but alternate the cue ball, and that's going to really begin to challenge your position making. Now, the next thing I want to teach you is the more common version that so many people claim they played the ghost. I'm going to submit to you, if all you're doing is just running racks for the concept of what you call play the ghost, I want to suggest something you may have not thought of. Because right away, if you break and you don't run out, then you just assumed, oh, the ghost won and you lost. Well, who said? Well, I have the drill instructor way of how I play the ghost, and I don't technically call it playing the ghost. I'm playing me. I'm playing the drill instructor because I'm playing me. Now, if you want to call it the ghost, you call it, but listen to how this runs. So whatever you do, let's just go here and just set them up and bust them up. Okay, so the balls are opened up. Now, what are you supposed to do to play the ghost? Well, ball in hand. Okay, start with ball in hand. But for the sake of time, I want you to understand how to play this. If you run the 1, you run the 2, and then here, let's go ahead and get a couple of shots in here real quick and see if we can't explain this a little bit easy to everybody. Come on back here. Good. We'll take that 2. Bring that up. Here we go. And now get out of here. And there you are. And now you missed. So you would think at this point, oh, that's it, I lost. No, not necessarily. Take it to another level. Don't just stop and give up because you develop this mentality of offense, 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 offense. 50% of this game is offense. The other 50 is defense. Why not use playing yourself or playing the ghost by if you miss the shot or it becomes difficult and your position came out bad, play defense. Exactly. So you play a defensive shot on the 2 ball, or If you've got an open shot, become the opponent. Don't just quit right there. Pick it up from the opponent and see if the opponent beats you. So run it out from the next shot. But in the event, I'm going to take this one out of here and make it a little more difficult where I don't have the ball sitting in the hole. Maybe it's here, and this is what I left myself after I'm making balls, and then I missed. Okay? From here, take this position. Now, safe the next shot. Engage your defensive skills equally in your ghost playing game. If you manage to set up, and yes, that is an effective safe. Good. You're winning, or you won. But if you want to carry it on, see if you can get out of that. But if you don't make the safe effectively, and there's an easy roll at this ball, and you can see it and you can hit it, then you lost. Because you get one chance to execute a defensive shot, and you get one chance to get out of it. And see if you make an effective hit. And then if you make an effective hit, then you're allowed to keep going one more time. That's how it works. Don't just trash the rack. Don't give up working on your defensive game, your mindset of playing the opponent. Remember, when you're in competition, you only have two jobs. What is your first job? Control the table. And what is your second job? Control your opponent. Yes, this is important. Listen, if 50% of this game is mechanical, that's what's going on in front of the stick. And the other 50% is mental. This is what's going on behind the stick, behind the cue ball. There needs to be real balance. And when those two become in balance, then the ability to control the table and control your opponent starts to become so much more meaningful. And when you're going to wind up playing 8-ball, 9-ball, 10-ball, and listen, if you're a lesser skilled player, start with 7-ball. Start with 5-ball. Start with 3-ball. Just put the 1, 2, and 3, or the 7, 8, 9, or the 8, 9, and 10. Just start with that and learn to run 3 balls. And then if you missed, see if you can't play a hook or a defense and be successful with that execution. Then carry on if you want to re-rack or one more time be the opponent or be you. But work it out. Now, aim straight, shoot straight, split the pockets. That's the drill instructor way. And this is how you take practice games for those of you who get a little bit rattled and frustrated with too many drills, and put it into a game form, but still test yourself with your defensive play and keep score. Please keep score. That makes a big difference. All right, everybody. God bless you. Bye-bye. Love you. See you next week.